Well, welcome back everybody. If you're just joining us or watching the VODs after the fact, my name is Danibus. Joining me as always is my fantastic co-caster, The.Spectre. Tonight is Wednesday night, which makes it DotA is Hard in-house night, and today we are going to do a very special State of Origin show match, where the Radiant team will be picking only blue heroes, the Dire team will be picking only red heroes, and they'll be banning, of course, only from the pools of red and blue of their respective teams. A bit of an interesting interpretation of red. The Batrider wouldn't agree with that. That is yellow.
I would agree with being red. His hair's red, his bat's red and orange, and...
I don't know, a bit borderline for me. Look at that. Look at these nice themed...
Oh, am I going to see a Car Storm Spirit? So, going to be paying a lot of attention to that mid lane. Car, of course, absolutely demolishing the competition last week on that Storm Spirit, zipping around and just taking dumps wherever he landed.
Yeah, he does have it as his profile picture, and that's always a bad sign. You never want to let them get that. Noobaholic has Sniper as his picture, so we can only assume he's great on Sniper. Unfortunately, he is on the Blues team, which means no Sniper for him. And Shadow Demon and Lena picked up on the Dire, some of the stereotypical red heroes. Now, I'm saying that the Dire has a pretty much guaranteed win in this purely because, as a Queenslander, the Maroons, I mean, they can't not win. It's impossible.
Just because they've won, like, the last, 6 times in a row doesn't mean anything. Nothing at all.
I don't even remember being alive the last time that New South Wales won.
Well, unless you're 6, I think you have been.
Well, I certainly wasn't aware of it. Maybe it was just not discussed in my house.
Possibly. We see the Spirit Breaker pick up and also the Doom ban. I'm liking these bans at the moment. They pick up the Storm Spirit and also ban out the Doom, which is a pretty standard ban when you pick up Storm anyway, so it's a nice little play there. I'm thinking that maybe the Radiant could pick up something like... Who is a support hero that's blue? A Lashrak? Maybe a Wisp?
Yeah, Wisp is blue. Surprisingly, they haven't banned out the Wisp yet. Queen of Pain, arguably both blue and red.
True.
The only hero that I would have allowed to fit
And
in
Wisp
both
has been banned out as well. And Crystal Maiden too, so they're trying to take out these support heroes that are blue.
A little bit of an interesting spot for them with those bans.
And Queen of Pain also being banned out by the Blues.
So now, who's the red carry is my question.
Who is a red carry? We could have a right-click carry Lena, maxing that Fiery Soul.
Lycan, I'd say. He's got his whole red coat, that's red, in his ulti.
More of a split pusher than a carry. Can be a carry, of course, but...
He used to be a carry, you know? He's sort of a carry.
He's a much better pusher, but he can definitely carry. No arguments there. They're gonna pick up a Beastmaster
with the red face. Yeah, we'll accept that.
Yep, that's good. I'll go for that. He's
red in there.
I'd say his main color motif is more yellow, but he's red enough.
Or sort of a browny kind of color, but no, he's got the red. He's got the big painted strip of red over his face. Nobody can.
And look at those icons. The inner spirit, or inner beast vitality, whatever it is. Inner beast, just inner beast. That's what it is.
He looks like a Queensland player as well.
True.
I mean, he's massive and kind of stupid looking.
And the Spirit Breaker, also an excellent pickup. Going to be charging people, knocking them down. They're getting in the spirit of this match. Storm Spirit is the ball.
He's like a I don't know the things. I don't know what the team positions are in the sport ball. He's the one that grabs the ball and then runs through the other guys to get it to the end.
I have no idea. I hate footy.
Touchdown. He's a quarterback.
Weaver also going to be a very fast runner, and we have to sort of think about lanes as well. This is, after all, still DotA, after we get over the kind of craziness of the game. Lena and Shadow Demon are going to work great in any kind of tri-lane setup. Beastmaster is a good mid laner. Storm Spirit, great mid laner. Spirit Breaker could really go off or safe lane, doesn't really matter for him with his high movement speed. He's quite good. And Weaver's going to be that off laner. They pick up the Nakes as their carry. Kind of surprising that they didn't ban it out. Possibly not just because they think, oh, what are the standard bans in the game? Just, oh, look, a red hero, let's ban him. And thinking they can...
Yeah, it's his red background that is
well, he's also covered in blood.
He's very much red. Of course, if we were playing Chinese Dota, he wouldn't be considered a red hero.
True, he would be considered a black
brown.
hero? Brown?
Probably.
One thing I gotta mention though is that the Lifestealer, while he has the Rage, which is great for dodging all the Storm Spirit's damage, the fact that they have two ultra-mobile heroes in the Weaver and the Storm, as well as the Spirit Breaker to a degree, is really not going to be good for Lifestealer. I don't know how he's going to lock these guys down in a big team fight. They do have the Beastmaster Roar, the Disruption, and kind of the AoE stun from Lina, but it's going to take a lot to get these heroes.
I like the Venge. It's kind of a counter aura pick. You know, you've got an aura, we're going to aura you right back. Yeah,
getting the damage aura up, also the negative armor in a line when she throws out that Wave of Terror. It's going to synergize well with the Weaver's Swarm, as well as Spirit Breaker just being able to charge through and do a lot of physical DPS. So a pretty good pickup. Like, both lineups are actually turning out surprisingly well, at least in my mind. I thought they would be far worse than they are, but quite decent. Of course, all these heroes have actually seen competitive play.
It's a Shadow Fiend, very red hero.
Shadow Fiend. I'm just thinking they're probably going to put the Beastmaster in the off lane, put the Lifestealer as the farmer in a tri-lane with the Shadow Demon and Lina, and put Shadow Fiend in the mid.
Yeah, that very much works. We should do theme matches like this more often. It's already turning out to be the best match we've cast.
And it's just the pick screen.
It's just the pick screen. It's already the most interesting. We need other themes to run. Figure out, you know, all women, all female versus all male team.
That would be pretty cool. I think the all-female team would be severely underpowered, though.
A little bit. Well, I mean, you got like Luna and stuff.
And we wouldn't be able to have Captain's Mode either, because they could just pretty much ban out all the females that exist.
That's true. It'd have to be a staggered all pick or something. Well, it wouldn't even.
But the thing is, then the guys just have like an 80 hero pool to pick out of.
Well, okay, we could also limit it to not beast kind of characters. Only human or humanoid kind of thing.
True, we could have that, or we can have like a mechanical man lineup as well. And Gyrocopter is going to be their kind of main carry. They do have like a Tricore lineup. Spirit Breaker is going to be running that 4 position. Liquid
that's
actually
a borderline blue right there.
It's
got a blue outfit,
teal, blue background. I think it's the same as Beastmaster. That's their borderline hero.
Yeah, they both got a couple of borderline kind of red and blue there, but they've just stuck with it well. I guess Weaver has a lot of red in him as well, though.
True, but I think he's overall blue.
He's very much a blue hero, yeah. But yeah, I'm not seeing a Skirika blue on the maroon side there. I don't think any of those heroes have blue anywhere.
Shadow Demon is purplish, but
he's black. He's black red.
The spikes right on the front of his face in the portrait. That purple.
Shadow Fiend.
Shadow Demon.
Yeah, that's gonna be purple kind of color, yes.
The demon.
I'm looking at the Shadow Fiend. He's not.
He's not blue at all. What are you talking about? So, on the side of the Radiant, who are playing as New South Wales, the Blues, this team, we have EJ on the Gyrocopter, EasyAsPie on the Weaver, Car on the Storm Spirit, Noobaholic on the Spirit Breaker, and Lizbean on the Vengeful Spirit. And
over on the winning side, we have 7/10ths playing the Shadow Fiend, Panic on the Lifestealer, SoapyCub taking on the Lina, Om Nom 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 Paper on the Beast Master, and Shockz playing the Shadow Demon. Claiming it's his first game, I don't think it is.
30 seconds to go.
And his Beastmaster, in fact, does even have the big red hood.
Yes, he does. Look at that, even redder.
So actually we're going to see a Beastmaster is in that solo position, but he's going to be running it in the safe lane.
And
they're going to run an aggressive
try
lane. So we're going to have some heads clashing on the bottom lane, rugby style, scrumming it up. I really have to say that the Dire have the advantage in this tri-lane. Both of their support heroes are the full range, whereas EJ and Lizbean are both that kind of gimped range. And Noobaholic is a melee.
And the Spirit Breaker doesn't really have any disable early on. I mean, he's got...
Well, he'll most likely get the charge at level 1.
Yeah.
It's just kind of slow to react. The Lifestealer can easily rage before it hits him, but you're more than... And the Disrupt... No, the Disrupt... I always call him that. The Shadow Demon can easily just disrupt
Oh, they're already going!
Go on, EJ. The Open Wounds comes out, but the Light Strike Array too far away. The Rocket Barrage hitting mainly on the illusions as well. It's a bit unfortunate for EJ, but very lucky that that follow-up stun from Lena missed. Just by a rat's dick.
Oh my.
So it's really... EJ's just going to be able to... Oh, Tango 3. In fact, even got 6 Tangos, expecting a lot of harass from these range heroes. Ping's coming out already. Shadow Demon really wanting to go on EJ again. He's going to be very careful of that disruption. The disruption actually goes out on the... Oh, the Lisbean's getting gone. She's going down, but Panic gets auto-attacked up. They're going to be able to follow him. Noobaholic and EJ, no. Break chase, but Shockz is in trouble now. The Rocket Barrage is available for EJ, but I think just out of range. The Tango's doing a lot of good, and Panic's going to stop him as well. Just a bit of a problem with choosing their target there, and it's going to turn out that they're going to get no one for it.
Liz, however, being forced off the lane with only Tangos to get her up. No salve, so she's not really going to be able to come back, otherwise she's going to die.
Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Car narrowly beating out the Shadow Fiend at the moment. Shadow Fiend, of course, getting quite a lot of auto attack damage from the souls, and can dish out quite a bit of harass with the Shadow Razors.
That harass.
He gets so much dick.
Car's going to grab... I wanted to say Shockz because he's a shocky. Car going to grab a DD through. That's going to be pretty nasty if he can get an Electric Vortex on 7/10ths.
At the moment, the bottom lane, the creep pool coming out now, it's going to be a double stacked pool, so they're going to be able to take away this whole wave. Unfortunately, coming a little bit late because of that engagement at bottom, so the Dire have managed to soak up quite a bit of experience under their tower. Shockz still only at level 1, SoapyCub level 2.5, Panic at 2.5 as well, so it's not going disastrously for the Radiant. It's not going excellently either. I think in the long term they'll be able to.
On top, Beastmaster's in trouble.
No use
and he goes down.
Spilled blood.
Looks like.
Yeah, despite Sentry Ward there to spot out the Weaver, he still gets taken down just by that Geminate attack.
Exactly, the Geminate and the Sakuchi does quite a lot of damage, as well as, even though you can see the Weaver, it's not really useful because Beastmaster has no way to lock him down. He does have only 1 level up in Call of the Wild, so he doesn't have a slow from a boar, and it wouldn't even stop a Sakuchi Weaver anyway, so I think he's not really going to be able to accomplish much in this lane from now on, seeing as the Sakuchi is at level 3 now. Yeah,
the Dire on the bottom doing a quite good job of disrupting the pull there, moving in to take some of that farm and not suffer from it. Which is a good play. Good play.
It certainly is. The Weaver and the Storm Spirit sitting at the top of our farm charts right now, sitting at 18 and 16. But the Dire aren't too far behind. The Gyrocopter's really kind of suffering.
Oh, EJ has disconnected. We're going to see a pause here. Shadow Fiend on mid lane has just maxed out. He's gotten his souls maxed up to 20 souls, so he's dealing a good 98 damage compared to the Storm's average of 65. So he's going to be able to hit him pretty hard.
Exactly. He's going to be able to do a lot of harass damage. Doesn't have any mana for the Razors, so he's lost that aspect of his game. But it looks like a bottle may be coming out. Yeah, it is. So 7/10ths is going to have a bottle in a moment. And he's going to be able to get those Razors back.
Don't you just love playing right-click SD, though?
SF.
I mean, SS, SF, SF. Damn all the SS. Well,
so many
don't
S's.
you just look at this courier. Look what's happened.
What?
It's like he has shot forward. Can you see this with the webs?
No, I can't. I can
on my
see.
Screen,
I can see the paused frog courier, just like his legs are like wiggling around.
See, on my one, and clearly not on yours, the webs that like are generating out of him have actually appeared, sort of like here. Here. Oh, hang on, I can't draw while it's the thing, but
yeah, you can.
What's with all this?
It just doesn't appear like you can see it on the minimap. See?
Yeah. Okay. Well, here, where it is coming, there's a
Like a big
all the
web
webs
shot.
have like shot forward. They've like shot forward to appear on the ground, and all of the particle effects, the lines are like still connected to the frog way back there.
Go
So it
Spidey,
looks
go.
like he's done like a Spider-Man, and he's just about to
Spider
lunge
frog.
himself forward. He's just like, yeah, put on extra speed boost to get there quickly.
Super duper. I gotta say,
Spectacular.
the tri-lane versus tri-lane situation, the Nakes is sitting at 14 and 5, where the Gyro only has 8 and 0, and the two supports on the Radiant have 0-0, so it's a definite win in terms of farm. I think if we take a look at the experience graph, the Radiant are actually ahead, more than likely just because of the kill on the Weaver, with the kill by the Weaver rather, on the Beastmaster early on.
They also
Sitting
did
at
pull
almost
a
level
little,
6
so
from that solo
they
kill.
also pulled a little bit, so they've denied a bit of XP there.
Exactly, so it's something that you can't do in an offensive tri-lane, which is why you really need to have strong heroes that can contest that pull, and which they definitely do have. Nakes, Lina, and SD is one of the strongest tri-lane combos you can
All right,
have.
carry on.
Instantly paused.
Damn it, Car.
Apparently, Gyro isn't actually ready. Possibly just still loading into the game, I would assume.
Yes.
Ugh, gonna be unpausing now. So
Gyro
Liz-
doing a little barrel roll in celebration of being back.
And this is what I was saying before, with the Gyro's kind of
Radiant's
low
mid tower is
range,
getting
and
banged up.
Gyro has really quite pitiful attack damage early on. He's not able to get too much. Liz throwing out the stun, followed up by Noobaholic stun, but it's going to be a stun out on Shockz. Lifestealer now stuns out SD. Apparently SD looks AFK. EJ's also planted down the rocket, and it will be going on Lina. I think Lina's
By
going
the
to
fact
be...
that Shockz hasn't said anything, I think he may actually not be here.
I think Lina may be about to turn around and throw out a light strike array onto Noobaholic.
I love that we've got the constant noise of that rocket.
I know, I'm just going to look away.
Look away, look away!
So Car just
Where are we
sitting
looking?
behind 7/10ths at the moment in an invis rune. Only
Is
one
he
level
not
of the
visible
vortex.
there?
No, he's not. He's in invis. So he does turn around and use that light strike array, taking a lot of damage from the rocket barrage. Noobaholic only needs one more auto attack. Yes, the flak cannon from EJ is going to be enough to take him down. Open Winds gets thrown out, but there's going to be no follow up from the SD, who's just doesn't have the cooldowns to make anything of it, nor the health pool. So a nice little pickup there. Spirit Breaker now having more assists than both last hits and denies.
Oh, SB.
So Gyrocopter gets a much needed kill at bottom lane to make up for the lack of farm. Also quite a bit of experience there. So sitting at level 4 now. Panic
Radiant's top
is only at
tower's
3.5, so it's another nice little shot there. We're seeing a lot of pings.
SoapyCub smoking up.
It-
Smoking it up good.
It looks like Car really wants a gank in mid. He knows he can't do it by himself. He does have the ultimate up now, and Shadow Fiend is very, very weak before he gets any kind of escape mechanism. We see the charge coming through from SB. It's going to hit. In fact, the Courier is in a bad spot. Doesn't sit forward to get it though. The Vortex comes out. The Overcharge as well. Needs one more auto attack. He's going to get it. The Courier just standing still, but goes into the trees. Shadow
Still
Demon
attacking
coming through.
point is
The light's too early. So Carl's going to be able to easily get away. Unfortunately for the die there, he didn't have any mana, so they could have picked up a kill there, but the light strike array thrown out just too early there.
The Courier is still attached to that point, and he's just
What
on
on
these
your
massively long tendril. For me, these massively long tendrils, and it's like sweeping across the map now as it rotates around the point. I can always see from mid where the Courier is.
Nice. So the
that's
Weaver on top lane is the lead farmer of this game so far. Does have up that Ring of Health, so it looks like he's going to be going for a
Dyer's
Lincoln
bottom
Sphere as
tower's
his first
getting the
item.
business.
Yeah, after the treads, already with the Belt of Giant Strength and Boots. So he's going to have that in a couple more last hits. But a much needed gank on 7/10ths in mid. Shadow Fiend, who gets a lot of farm, is not one that you want to be facing as a weak support, especially Venge and SB, who have no real escapes. SB kind of has just innate speed and can maybe charge someone across the map, but you know, if Lina's there, if Beastmaster's there, they're just going to die off instantly.
But how do you beat innate speed? I mean, it's innate speed.
If you
Nice.
grab a Shadow Blade, you can catch up using your own speed. You get
It's
drums
nice.
as well as one of my favorite things to do. In fact, middle 710's getting dived and just gonna go down to the Storm Spirit solo. A big roar coming out from the Beastmaster, but Carr does have that haste rune, which is how he managed to pick up that kill. Looks like he had some help from a charge from the Spirit Breaker, so that's going to be 2 deaths from Shadow Fiend now, and some really nice rotations here from the Radiant. It does come at the cost of EJ though, who is at 13, 14 and 0 now, going up against that tri-lane, but if this tri-lane doesn't capitalize off there only being 1 support in the lane at the moment, even though they are kind of ahead on farm and the Nakes, the lane is ultimately lost if your aggressive tri-lane isn't able to contest pulls and get kills.
I mean, look at the Weaver. This has been left up at top as well to just farm away.
Exactly, sitting at 42 and 13, now 43. And she's just really going to accelerate. I keep on saying she because Weaver was a chick in Dota. And
Yeah, I was...
oh, and 7tenths is going to get gone on very out of position here. Gets charged, and it's going to be the 3rd death from 7tenths here. Oh, actually, uphill mischance. And Carr cancelling the attack animation. Zips forward, tries to get one more.
Oh,
but now
Carr,
out of
deep.
mana in a bad spot. Beastmaster doesn't have the raw, no mana anyway.
What boots?
But Carr, mana boots and bottles away. Unfortunately, missing out on that kill because of an uphill mischance.
What's the uphill chance?
Huh?
What is the chance on that?
I'm not sure of the exact percent. I think it's...
The Dire might
No, I
want to
don't know.
mine
I don't
the
want to
top
say
tower.
anything because I'll just be wrong. Why don't you alt-tab
Yes.
and look that up? We're going to see a charge coming out. Shadow Demon's going to get hit, doesn't destruct himself or the Spirit Breaker in time. And the Rocket Barrage with the stun from Lisbon is just going to completely melt them off. They also do a bit of dewarding, so the Dire no longer have
Dire's
vision of
top
this area,
tower's
which is going
getting
to
beat
allow
down.
the supports of the Radiant to wrap around in this lane.
Yeah,
Shadow-
makes things much more difficult for Panic, who will be panicking a little bit if he pushes it up.
Radiant's mid tower could use a hand.
Carr really doing his job for New South Wales. 7tenths and SoapyCub trying to push
Radiant's
out mid a
mid
little
tower's
bit.
coming apart.
Even with the 2 deaths, SF is farming quite well. Up at 40 and 14, he's going to be the number 3 farmer on the map at the moment. But if we take a look at net worth, he's quite a ways down because of those deaths. Nake's in fact above him on the Dire side. Another charge is coming out. Shadow Fiend's going to be in a lot of trouble again. The big zip forward from Carr. The Vortex, another little zip is going to do the job. And that's another death for Shadow Fiend. They really need a place of ward up in this area. And over here as well for vision over the top area of Radiant. Because that is the 3rd time that Spirit Breaker's done a short range charge and just killed off that mid lane.
Yeah, I've just realised that the Queensland team is losing. This is a problem,
Dire's
obviously.
mid tower's having
They're
technical
just waiting for a big comeback. It's a big comeback. Makes it more dramatic.
They did lose the first game in Origin, so maybe they're just trying to stay true to form. They're going to lose the first third of the game, then win the second third, and then we'll see how it works.
How about that?
The cooldown ultimately wasted there, the Shadow Demon going down before it falls, but still another good kill. Apparently the good game is being called by Beastmaster. I think he's just a
The
bit of
Dire
a
best do
sad
something about
sack.
that bottom tower.
Because it's only 7 and 0, it's too early to really call it. Next can always
Radiant's
come back,
mid-tower's
has
coming
decent
apart.
farm. But if you look at the net worth chart, they are getting completely demolished. If we look at the
Dire's
experience
bottom
graph,
tower
it's
got blown
5k in favor of
Radiant's
the Radiant and
mid-tower's getting
4k in
banged up.
favor of the gold for the Radiant as well. Carr is going to be TPing into mid, zipping
Radiant's
forward on the
mid-tower
Shadow Fiend, who's also being charged up. Again, this is going to be another death for the Shadow Fiend, the
That's
5th
4
time
in a row.
it's
How
happened, the
about
4th
that?
time he's
Radiant's
died,
mid-tower's
and he's got to be
getting
getting
banged
very
up.
frustrated, and still just going into that middle lane with no ward vision around.
Hasn't got his ulti either, so he's not even popping when he dies.
Exactly, he's maxed up the razors and the souls, and if you're going to be maxing up the razors, you could at least be using it to farm some camps, and it looks like
and a
7tenths
It's
is just going to call good game and quit. He knows he's one of the main carries of their team, the mid carry, only at level 8.5, with no farm, getting ganked 5 times, dying 4 times, and Carr sitting at 4 and 0. And they just got
Guys, buy a ward. It's not that hard.
just completely dominated.
Dire
So
might want
apparently
nine
been
in the top tower.
spamming team chat all game. So I don't know what can be
Well,
done.
Dire's top tower